Hello again everybody, and welcome to part 2 of today's walk through Keepier Woods. As previously, my name is Richard Hornby, and welcome to today's walk from Keepier Woods. As you know, we finished last episode, part 1, by this log. And what we're going to do today is we're just going to carry on down the footpath for another 15 minutes or so, see what we can see, and hopefully get to the Belmont viaduct. Now, as you can see, we have another little watercourse crossing the path, and this time we've got a wooden bridge to cross over. So here we are. The bridges and things on this path do vary tremendously as we go down it. So we've had stepping stones earlier on part 1. This is a wooden bridge, and yes, the plan for today is to follow the riverside path and not head up there. And hopefully by the end of this section we will be in sight of the Belmont viaduct. Now, I've never actually walked on this section before, so I don't know what we'll see. The valley has certainly widened in this area, which is nice. And once again we are joined by relaxing birdsong. And I think the reason we are on a slightly flatter portion of this valley is because we are now on the inside rather than the outside of a meander. So the river cuts less harshly and the water is much more still. The bluebell season looks to be almost over. And I think that after just passing the end of that, as the river turns, doing a long left to where this river is now turning right, the entire vista of the woodland has completely changed in about maybe a minute's worth of walking. We're almost into a little bit of a clearing with bracken reaching for the skies and things. Like I said, this is the first time I've actually been quite so far down this footpath, so I don't know what we're going to see, but I do know that we have a lot of oak trees again. I've just been walking under 3 or 4 of them. Here's another 2. That one that's just on there going over. Another one here. There's another one here. We've also got some gorse in bloom. And I mentioned silver birch and its very identifiable bark. Here is a good example of it in the middle of the footpath. Little blackbird, I think, there, just in the middle of the footpath. Now the river, by the way, is to my left. It has been for almost all of this walk and the part 1 the other day. And I think I'm now onto the lesser used footpath, because I think the path that went to my right sort of cuts off this meander, but I hope they do go and join back up again, otherwise I'll have a long walk back. So we've definitely got to the point where the river is about to twist itself to the right. So I can see river in front of me. I'm not sure what's happened, there's been going on down there. That looks like a shortcut back once I finish the walk. And I can hear a duck or two maybe. Yep, there we are. It looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, and in fact there is a duck. And again, we've got quite a lot of man-made extraction features. There's a little pit to my right, which I'm not sure what will be extracted from that, but very much a surface feature. And in the path, you can see where stones have been worn and cut and turned into little bricks. My hope is that we can finish this video when we get in sight of the Belmont Viaduct, which I mentioned in part 1. And the only reason, by the way, why this video is a two-parter is because people often watch these during their lunch breaks, and a half-hour, 45-minute video, which this might have been if I did it all in one take, might have been a little bit long. Now, you can see down here what looks like some kind of quay or your platform down by the side of the river. Again, I'm not sure what that is. I will try and find out and let you know. But it could be due to the rock extraction, possibly taking things away by river. And I think, I'm not sure if you saw that there, but I think that was a yellow wagtail. Why I'm so specific is because I can see its tail wagging just on the other side of the river. I don't think the camera will be strong enough to pick it up, but I think that was a yellow wagtail. And the reason I say yellow and not pied is it looked slightly bigger than the pied wagtail, and also I know for a fact that there are yellow wagtail that live in these woodland. I'm hearing sort of animal rustling to my right, which is what I'm looking for. I mean, that rock feature there could be just a natural bed that's been eroded, but it doesn't half look man-made. Once again, I'll try and do a little bit more research and find out for you what all these things are, and we might have a follow-up video called Things in Keep Your Woods. But we definitely have some kind of flat area of concrete or rock or stone to my left in the riverbank. As you can see, by the way, we are back in a steep-sided river valley now, and I'm having to slow down with my walking a bit because I don't know if you can see the path, but it's got lots of stones and things in it, and it does feel as if it's almost running into nothingness. So I do hope I've headed the right way, and if not, of course we can head back and try a different path. So let's just carry on and follow the riverbank. And once again, as I said before, we've definitely got man-made features here, like on my right there is this wall, and wow. I hope you managed to see that heron. But here we are on a beach I didn't know exists in the Weir Valley. And based on my observing of the map, we should be coming in at some point. And yes, the footpath does continue, it's just a little bit tucked away. Or maybe it doesn't, I'm not sure. As I've said before, I've never been along this route. Just stop here for a second and just look at the water. Some flotsam and jetsam in the river. We've got a fallen tree there across our path. What we're going to do is we're just going to carry on for a little bit longer, and hopefully we will get to see the sandbags. See the viaduct perhaps in the distance under that tree. There's some more carved timber around here. I think the main footpath probably does veer off to the right and take a huge shortcut. But I think this is a very enjoyable, turned into a scramble than a walk. Although this is actually a footpath. Along the banks of the river. I say this is a footpath because we've just sort of passed the edge of this beach stuff and we're into, you know, proper cut woodland paths again. But looking at this way, there looks to be a lot of fallen river features in front of us, fallen trees. I don't think this path is, I'm trying to avoid the giant hogweed which is here, which is, you don't want to get the sap of that on you. That's this stuff here. It's acidic, highly acidic, the sap. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish here and we'll finish with the duck. And maybe, you know, we'll come back and find Belmont Viaduct again. You never know. Maybe we'll need a part 3. You've got videos like hunting for the for various things. This might just be the search for the Belmont Viaduct. So looking down the river here is where I think we'll finish today's episode, and also last time's episode. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll just finish with a little panorama here of Keepier Woodland. So I think this video might be put out on Thursday, so you'll have my studio episode to come on Friday. So I hope you'll you're looking forward to that. We'll have more contributions from your corner. So if you haven't, there's still time to get your submissions in. The details will be on the bottom of the screen. And thank you very much again for joining me on part 2 of today's Wednesday walk. And I'll leave you once again with the River Wear.